right, what's the
Tornado.
half span?
And TOR. I measured that of the wing. TOR. ADO.
What other wing?
That core. It's exactly like the other core. Control V. Measure the inboard wing. Post. All right. All right, I won't be able to type, but I wanted to give you a progress report and update on exactly what we're doing here. Let me get the chat box open on the other deal. Let's see, you want to go here? Oh no, you don't want that. No, you don't want that. I want to go here and then here. We'll get the chat open and so I can see what's going on. I want that. We'll go here. There we go. Pop out. All right. This is the tornado day build day 2. As most of you know, you may or may not know, but where I'm staying here, Stunt Hangar East was ravaged by a tornado. Got no electricity, no water, no heat, no air conditioning, no nothing. So I'm over at John's house, and while we're here, it's really humid out, so I couldn't paint on my other airplane. And I decided that I wanted a profile airplane. And in the meantime, we decided, well, we draw a set of plans. Well, we'll see if you can see these. Hold that up there. I don't know whether it'll show up on the camera. No, boy, it's got really crazy on the focus. I think it's the lighting that's causing these out of focus areas. Let me see here. I don't know if I can focus it or not. Sorry about the focus. Let me get it going here. No, it ain't gonna, you can't see it anyway. The lighting is what's doing it. Let me zoom in, see if that'll help. These are kind of impromptu camera. Let me zoom in. Nope, doesn't do anything. Okay, well, we can't show you the plan. The lighting, I guess, is lay them down right here. Let's see if they'll show up here next to the fuselage. Nope. Nope, they won't show up. I wish Turner would come through by my work so I can finish my plane. Yeah, no, you don't. Anyway, it doesn't look like we're going to get a shot of the plans because the camera won't focus on this bright white paper. So you have to take my word for it. We drew a set of plans, and if you followed the first video, you see that we clowned around and made a basic shape and ended up with the fuselage. So after 2 days, let me zoom out here. Camera controls. Zoom out. Oops. But the lighting is just glaring like crazy. We ended up with the profile. This is what I've been flying, only in profile version. And this is all built up profile fuselage. It's a 1/2 inch square around the perimeter. I don't know that we showed the foam.
I don't think we did, but it's sort of a geodetic.
Yeah, it's geodetic ribs inside the back half, and then it's filled with foam, and then sheeted with 16th balsa and Z-epoxy glue. So I think it's kind of heavy. It's 10 ounces, but it has everything on it, the motor pads and nose ring, and it's ready to go. But as John was saying, there's really no difference between a profile and a built-up fuselage in the number of parts that are in it. I think there's 30 some parts in this fuselage to get it to work like this, and it's nice. It turned out nice, and we're going to cut the wing and stab today, sheet it up, and hopefully within a week's time we'll have an airplane. So we're just going to kick back and do some work. If you got a question, just chime in. You can reach the thread at the bench, or let me see, I can post that here. Let me post it here for you guys that are just. You can get into the to the chat right there, and if I see Helmet Head, I'll have to kick him out. So let's turn the camera. Yeah, these lights are not real conducive for filming.
No, they're nice for in here, but that's the wrong kind.
Get out of here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the channel. Helps it grow. We're a little over 2,000 subscribers now. I'd like to see 10,000. Of course, we're not chemical and we're not political, so if this was a stupid cat video, it would have 40,000 views.
Yeah, it's probably right. We're about squirrels going through some kind of maze.
As stated in the first video, I was going to do the lost foam wing, and what I meant by that was sheeted and then cut all the foam out, but I'm not going to do that just for ease of speed. I've been kicking around in my head, even monocoating this thing. I don't know whether I can handle that or not.
In other words, that probably won't happen.
No, it'll be a one-day finish. And people will say, ooh, how did you do that in one day?
Measure twice, cut once. 28 5/8, right? Right about there.
Yeah, close enough. We're not building a watch. If you just saw how I laid the rudder out, you guys would cringe. You can't do it that way. But nonetheless, yeah, I can. We've got the bucks laid up yesterday for the molded leading edges.
Both of them out of this. Might not be able to get that hammed down to this one piece here. It's sort of an oddball size.
Should be.
That's the big. I cut it to length at the bigger panel size.
So we tried something new here. Normally, you wrap these shucks with an ace bandage or a piece of cloth or whatever. We're lazy and decided we'd try just putting them back in the cradles and taping them up and see if that works. So let's check it out. Kind of like Christmas. It actually should have worked. We left the skins in the water for about 8 hours.
Sort of an accident. You just got sidetracked.
But they were pretty noodly when they came out of there. So the experiment, well, they're still a little damp. I guess.
Well, they were in that foam shucks.
I guess we'll leave them out to air dry a little bit. I'm not going to take them off the butt because they're still a little wet, but I'll go ahead and put a couple pieces of tape through and let them out to air dry while we're cutting the wing.
Be able to get those cutting out of this. I'll get a different piece of foam. Just not enough there. This was a cut off. This would be big enough for a SV settlement. Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get back down to my house tomorrow. If I can, I'm kind of screwed. Should have brought all the cash with me. I didn't think about that.
Bigger better than this.
Nope.
Okay.
Huh? Nope.
Just barely make it a little bigger there.
So the verdict on the shucks in the cradle is, yeah, it works, but they stay damp. I mean, if we had another week to go, they'd probably dry out, or to set them outside in the sun, they'd probably dry out. So we'll just take them out of here and let them air dry. Tornado damage is severe too. So you get an SD out of this here?
Yeah.
So write in the description what you guys think of this. Does that look like my other airplane? And like I say, they're not really a plan set. They're just a drawing for a 60 size profile. I bought some phenolic. Which ones did we use, John? The second ones? Did we use these big ones here?
Yeah, I think those are the ones that are.
Or did we, or which set was first? This set or this set?
These are the pouring set.
I bought phenolic off of Amazon, and we used a shoe and drew up a rib pattern and cut the phenolic rib template out of it. And the reason why I went with phenolic is it's so much smoother. Douglas, what is the wing area going to be? It's about 700 inches.
Very good. Don't force me to cut this 2 different ways.
Ooh. Careful.
That is glass tabletop.
Don't want to break that glass.
3/8 of an inch thick.
Now you need these to weight the cores down.
Yeah.
So, any questions, put them in the chat box, or you can click the link in the chat box. Come on in, unless you're at work, then your boss may not like that.
This stuff takes up a lot more room than what I think it does. I'm just squaring this edge up is all I'm doing.
Right.
Now, is this bow long enough to do that whole piece? I'm gonna have to get a bigger bow. Yeah, that's long enough. Put some weights on there so it don't slide around.
Okay. So are the numbers generally going to be the same as your built-up shit? Yep, pretty close. I have one 17. I have one 18. I have one 16, 17, and 18. This is the in-between. However, the nose is shorter than the other one because I'm not running a 3/4 inch extension. So basically, anything will work. A toilet seat will fly, and I can prove that.
How well it flies, I don't know above
Depends how much power you got.
Yeah, old adage holds true. You can fly a brick with enough time.
Look at the F4 Phantom.
Yeah. You
When an F4 Phantom loses power, it has the glide ratio of a rock. It's just down.
do.
What?
Hold on a second, because I gotta get a, well, you can put that in there, I guess, and make a square, I can just square up it.
Yeah, okay, no, just go ahead.
I already got a line on here, but I had to redo that. So see, I am off a little bit. Let's see which mark to use there.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Douglas, it won't, the toilet seat won't score as well when it flies. Yeah. Depends on who's judging. If you got the same judges, you're going to have the same winners. You know, my thought for judging the Nationals, and I still think it would be best, is if we could get those kids who are studying engineering from Ball State to come down and stand in the sun instead of all the old guys who have their friends flying. That way the Ball State students wouldn't know who's flying. And I've heard people say, well, you can't do that. Well, how do you think judges started out? If you know what a square is, and you know what a triangle is, and you know what a circle is, you can probably judge without knowing who's flying. Because there are bonus points.
Okay, so this is a 90.
Or close.
I just need the reference of which corner to measure off of, because I'm gonna get the length. $27 and 9/16.
Well, actually, these are longer than the wing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just cutting them the same,
Right.
and then we can go from there. And we know what we do when we cut the cores. Get that over to the edge. That B flat, make sure it's flat on the glass.
I put the nail in the wrong spot.
It don't matter, it won't hurt anything.
Okay. The clown hour. Make a stab out of that. Cut the stab and elevator in one piece. I guess we could make it airfoil, even though that is cut for flat, isn't it?
You could. You just gotta fill in the front, the leading edge a little bit.
So super fills for.
Well, you can cut some little triangles of balsa wood out and stick in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna like this. I haven't had a profile, and I mean, I built the profile on the forum, but I ended up giving it away. I don't think I'll be giving this away. I haven't flown one in forever.
I want to get this one the same as this cord. So that's the only reason why I'm putting this on there. Tip cord on this one. 9 inches.
We're not getting as much play because we're not as cute as Rusty, I guess.
Turn this around. And it also isn't 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess we're done with these. Aren't we?
Yeah.
My God, you got it straight this time. Last ones were leaning it just forward a little bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I sort of had a raw edge here. And when I laid them out, I laid them out on a raw edge, and it wasn't quite right. I went to the foam cutter, and it's really pretty pathetic the way they do. I wanted 4-inch cores. Well, he said his machine at 4-inch, and they came out at like 3 7/8, which just messes up all your templates and everything, and you got made up for 4-inch thickness.
Are these 4-inch?
No, they're not 4-inch. They're a little under. And I mean, I already had a cut, so I was committed to them pretty much.
And we can just take a 30-second off the bottom of
He
these.
says, well,
But
yeah, you could do that, but here's what we did. We made these wings were a little bit thicker by whatever the kerf is from the wire times 2. So you're talking like, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch thicker. It's not a significant amount.
But they're Reynolds numbers.
It is.
You can't do that.
It's they are thicker, so that's all right. So we got 2 different size wing panels by about 5/8 of an inch.
Which one's that board?
Yeah, and put them on top of each other and see what is it? Maybe 5/8.
Yeah, it's 3/4.
3/4.
You don't
Whatever it is.
You
It's,
get
it's
cut off
close.
at an angle anyway.
It's close enough. Yeah, these are going to end up being trimmed a little bit. So now it's a matter, we got to sort of lay the dough out. And, start to do the airfoil stuff, which means we really need all the tape.
Yeah.
As much as we can get.
I want to talk about big profiles. 1971, or it might have been 72, somewhere in there. Tom Warden designed a Futura, 60-inch wingspan, and I built two of them, one for him and one for me. Super Tiger 46, and that was the testing of the Futura full body. So big profiles are nothing new. Lou McFarland was running, I think, torpedo 45s or some nonsense for a motor I can't remember in his Sharks. But I knew that was a death of stunt. That was a big job.
45s and Super Tiger 60s. Pretty much staple.
Yeah.
Super Tiger 46, Super Tiger 60s, 45s. All right.
This is a feather cut bow system. Is it soup yet? Tim Reedman asked. No.
Yeah, some super glue.
Super glue is right here. Thin set.
Thin set would be fine. Probably need some kicker.
Yes, it's so good. I know the professional foam cutters probably laugh at us, but too bad.
Well, that didn't work.
Well, let's try the thicker stuff then. Where is it? Right here. This will work. This is the kind of stuff that goes on in the Stunt Hangar skunk works here. You want to mark the first inboard outboard?
Yeah, we can. Top, bottom, all that stuff. Got that big magic marker.
We're trying to switch.
And this is the shorter one. On top, yeah.
So
Little redundant, but it works. Believe it or not,
Hey, you
you can get confused.
make a mistake.
On a basically a center line. It doesn't have to be real accurate. Mark the center line on that one somewhere.
Yep, I need this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Drop a super chat if you can, if you feel so inclined. Helps Rusty out on the hangout night.
Now we got to figure out just what the heck is our angles to the dangles.
Yeah, this is always the fun part. You're going on the wire, aren't you? Let's see what we got here. Drop arm cutter? No, this is a feather cut.
Yes, it's a drop arm. It's basically a drop arm cutter. Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Doesn't look like it's dropping.
Well, this arm drops,
Oh, okay.
and that's, I'm sure that's what he's talking about. Let's see.
Did you want this or what?
Yeah, I'll need it here in a minute. I'm just trying to determine. I'm sort of weird here. I feel like I'm missing a bow here.
This is the bow we usually use right here.
It's 32 inches, yeah. That seems weird. I don't know what it is. We're not using that one. That one's too short. It's got to be this one.
Oh, it is that one. I know that for a fact. You should have marks on that by now.
I had marked, but then they get all wiped up when you clean the tabletop. And then it's, you got to reset it, and I can't remember where the heck I was at.
Are these the ones that we had to shim up on the back? I think so. We had to shim them up.
Whatever those plates are, that's cause when you cut a core and you cut one side of it, it leaves a gap where obviously where the wire cut it, a curve. So then if you was to just flip that try to cut the other side without putting a piece of wood in there, then it cuts small,
No.
it cuts big.
I remember us having to put these on and shim the back of this up to make the trailing edge straight.
Right, that's cause when we cored it, it was cored offset on one side. It cored it a 1/4 inch on one side and 3/8 of an inch on the other side of it.
Okay,
So we'll be all right.
we'll pay attention.
We'll be all right. So this is going too fast. These things are a little fiddly.
Yeah, we don't cut many wings like Bob Hunt does.
Yeah, we're not cutting 1,000 of them a year. We cut 5 or 6 a year.
So Keith Bryant says, "Good to see you, John."
Good to see you, Keith.
You
You
don't
still flying?
go too fast. Or you got to speed up that end.
Speed up the other end. Personally, I can't remember exactly where we were at on these things.
I just know when we do the other side, you got to cross them.
Right.
If you're not in there right, give me some slack here. Too far forward. There. Okay. Speed up the other side just a little bit. Oh boy. These were the new and improved.
Turn that wheel straight.
That's pretty good.
It's got a speed up on this side. And you make one 2. Pull that side tie. Get it straight.
Pretty good.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have it come out the trailing edge straight. If you don't have it come out straight, you're really screwed up.
Well, hold it. You gotta be square on that line. Okay. Let me turn the wheel.
Right on the money.
Sorry.
Always line up on the trailing edge.
I need to nail.
You got all of them right there.
Okay. How many goes in there?
At least two. Not sure. I put 3 of them out most of the time.
How many got over there?
I need one more.
Oh, I hear you.
Probably 3's overkill, but
Going.
remember we gotta sort of help it
Right.
up and fast and over.
I can't remember what did we use to finger pull or
Just use the end of the,
okay.
you got burn-free fingers, right?
Yep.
I hope so. I'm not trying to cut down a little bit on that. Come up and get to the phone. Hold on. Ready?
Yep.
Let it go. You should be able to let it go. There's one. And I've got set up for that, so I want to mark where these are. So we can put them right back again.
Now we have to cut this one.
Yeah, we gotta cut the top of, I'm gonna cut the top of both of them, and the bottom of both of them, because then that keeps the curve right.
And- Okay.
You gotta set them up for left and right no matter what. See, what difference does it make?
So it's 4 center.
Yeah.
Let's see what it looks like. Is it going? Yeah. Man, that's beautiful. Oh, that's one we've done. Too bad it gets hidden.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris Perkins says, nice. Yeah, it's nice. You want to join us? The link is in the description or in the chat box. It's also at the bench under Tornado Day 2. Now, in all honesty, when it was asked, how do you draw plans? I never draw plans. I just draw a picture on a napkin of what the airplane I want it to look like. If you guys remember back, I did a Machi Castoli MC-72 and an S-6B Supermarine. And how I did that was the Machi, I took a preview off the internet and went to Kinko's and blew it up to the length that I want. And then I just plugged in the numbers where the wing had to be. And that's basically it. And the Supermarine was done from 0 numbers. You know, I didn't have any, I just took a picture that I wanted and drew it on a napkin and threw out the numbers. Let's see what you got here. What colors are you going to use? Wood. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what color it's going to be. It'll probably just be wood for now. Try to keep it as light as possible. I may monocoat it. Like I said, I don't know. I did Viper number 4, which was a red winged airplane with a white fuselage. Built that in a week because I needed to go to SIG. And well, that was monocoat wings and a painted Rust-Oleum fuselage. I need to take a Benadryl.
Yeah, those allergies are doing their thing. Can you hold that bell up there? Yeah.
Get headed at first, right? Let's go.
This one to draw faster.
Why would it be different?
Because it's not exactly, it's not a exact thing. It's got to draw faster.
Gotta move it this way for faster.
We're moving that faster, that one's slower.
Okay, let's see what it says here. Well, first off, Chris, I'm not Rusty. Rusty is just the chat moderator during the week. I'm Sparky, Stunt Hangar. You go back and watch the building videos, they're mine. Let's see, that's the line right there. But the wing we're using is modified. It's there. I mean, the wing means nothing. Any of the numbers you guys want to use, you can use. Airfoil off a shoe. I want you guys to take your shoe and make up an airfoil, and then put it next to a modern stunt airfoil. It'll be a pencil width difference. Is that it?
Mm. These are sort of a pain in the butt to get adjusted.
How would you guys like to have been the guys during the Wright brother days? They didn't know nothing. They were just some dumb old bicycle mechanics. Just remember this, throw enough shit against the wall,
Something's bound to stick.
something's gonna stick sometime. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. That really wasn't.
There we go.
Okay. This wheel was cocked the wrong way. Do you want to test it again or not? Huh?
What was it doing?
The wheel went around. It was not right when you did that
We'll
test.
center the bow back up then and we'll run it again. It's not the one we're cutting, is it? Cutting the other
Yeah.
angle. Cutting the other angle.
Yeah, right there. Okay. Oops, Sparky, yep. Not, it wasn't on the line.
Are you on there now?
I'm on there now.
With this, I get forward on the. Hang on. That makes a difference.
I'm sure it does.
Wheel straight.
Yeah.
Still a little bit on. Let's speed this side up just a little bit. That's a fiddly card, this I guess. Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of book or something you can get some.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Where am I waiting?
Which one did we just, we gotta do this one here. This line right here. Okay, we had it on that line.
No, you didn't. You had it on this line. Or you
Okay.
should have had it on that line. Hold it on there. Okay, wheel straight.
Good enough.
Okay. Good.
Okay. I gotta swap templates. Yeah, professional foam cutters are laughing at it.
Yeah, I already had this done about 5 months ago. Let them do their own thing. We're not paying somebody to have our cores cut at $75 a set of cores or whatever it is anymore these days. I don't even know what it is. Used to get them for about $50. Now they're probably $150. All right, wait. We got templates on. Templates on. Yep, in the crunch.
Nope, gotta straighten the wheel out. Need to put a couple of springs on it. You know, like they do on a tail wheel of an airplane.
I got it bent back to try to help keep it around the straight, but when you roll it back there, it doesn't. Yeah. You mean just to keep it centered?
Yeah, just whatever.
I got that Allen bolt sitting there, so you don't have to look at the bill itself. You can just use that set screw on there facing that way, and it should be straight. There you go.
Yep.
I just gotta get up on the top of that first. Got her there. Ready? Yeah, okay, like that.
Okay.
One by itself. Is that right?
Inch and a half. 3/4 half, quarter, out. Perfect. Even though it fell out of the pulley, huh?
Yeah. I was waiting for it to start dragging, and then I was gonna
Help it.
help it. Smooth baby side.
Huh?
Smooth baby side. All right, now here's what happens. Now when you turn this core over and you don't put wood in there, you turn this core over and you put these templates on the other side,
In a different spot.
it cuts the core thicker.
What do we need to do? Put the paper in there?
Well, we didn't do anything before. We just left it like this, and we allowed the core just to be a 16th or 32nd of an inch thicker. But if you try to cut them opposite to what we're doing here, then you end up screwing up.
So we want to put pieces of paper in there or not?
No, we didn't do it on the last step. Somewhat called center line here.
I don't have any nails. You took them. Now those nails should go in those other holes, right?
Well, they could, if they're close enough.
Yep, that one in the hole. And that one in the hole.
I drilled them all on the center line, so technically.
And that one in the
They're a
hole.
little low, the holes are a little low.
Yeah.
So if you had sheeting in there, it brought it up exactly. And it'd make your core a little bit thinner, but it'd be all right.
Now we need to adjust,
This is the same cut we had the last time.
but you're gonna have to move the wires, right?
Yeah, we cut the other direction, didn't we?
Yep.
Let's put the other core in there and we'll cut the bottom of it so we're already set up for this direction.
Over there.
What's that actually one sitting over there? Is that cut off or
Cut
something?
off, yeah.
Do it like this. Make it easier.
And that way you only gotta move it 3 times instead of
Right.
4 times. And nails. Now, whatever it is, it's just a profile.
Our full tilt boogie profile.
Oh, we got something from somebody else. says, not near as much as I used for flying fields. They're flying some RC. We love stunt.
I can tell you right now, our RC flying field where we fly at got wiped out by the tornadoes. Pavilion got wiped out, both outbuildings got wiped out.
Is this tight enough?
I don't want it super tight. I want to be able to get off there like we did in the last time. Let's go ahead and set it up on there while it's not hot. And up on the slope.
Yeah. Oh, fell down. Okay. You're gonna have to turn it on.
Check. Make sure it's gone. Yeah, got tension on it. Not touch. Going by itself. Not good. Boy, if you delay that for a second, it burns a groove in it just like right now.
Yeah, it does.
Little briar boy just coming out there.
Okay, we got one core done. This time we're gonna sheet it, then core it, right?
Yeah, 'cause that's how you wanted to do it.
So we can get it
It's
thinner.
better to, because you can put more weight on the core when you sheet it without collapsing the core, because you put the sheeting on, you can put more weight on top of it without affecting everything. So it's actually better to core it after you sheet it.
We still got our drill jig?
Yeah. It's got a little bit of a sharp leading edge, but just a little bit of sandpaper around that stuff you off, blowing it up. Good to go. Beautiful, beautiful core. Nice and straight. That's beauteous. This is 3/4 pound per cubic foot foam.
We could make this kit for sale at $500. Hey, you already know where the bow has to be?
Where the bow has to be? Yeah,
No, for the,
I got tape on there with lines.
okay.
We'll dry around it, of course, first before we do it. Just set the bow up there.
Let's see what he's got to say here. Feather cut is great tool, but by the time I set it up, I could have a set of wings out like old-fashioned way.
Yeah. How many dips and doodles and stuff, are they really smooth?
How can you see both ends of it to make sure you're tracking equally throughout the whole cut?
Well, Hunt can do it, but he's got,
Well, if you set it up hot enough and you can cut fast enough, yeah, one guy can sit here and do that. But I've never gotten the hang of it myself, so this is just how I do it. Yeah, they are a little fiddly. Agreed. I get nice smooth cores.
we're gonna take this
Yeah,
off.
you can take it out.
We're not looking for speed, we're just looking for perfect.
Works great.
These are nice templates. I think they cost me $50 for the piece of
You
banana.
got $500 template here. I've tried to freehand plenty of cores in the past. I always seem to not ever quite get a nice smooth cut.
We did that. We did them course pretty good when we were calling out the numbers. You remember, right?
Yeah, it's a little sort of funky, I guess.
Got to straighten the wheel out.
You got to have two people to do it. It's pretty hard to look at both ends of it at the same time. I got weight on it.
Get the thing on.
Close.
Touching.
Touching. It's pulling back down.
Yeah, we're amateur foam cutters.
Yeah, if we cut 5 cores a year, we're lucky.
But I got a whole bench full of cores over my place. Somebody wants a core. I could have probably used them other ones.
I got 4 sets of SV11 cores down there. SV22, 23, whatever you want.
SV, whatever, they're all the
Oh.
same. Stairs, SV, all the same airplane.
The only one that's different is the Tempest. I think it's the Tempest. Barry was flying.
Dreadnought.
Or Dreadnought. It's got sort of a semi-elliptical looking wing. Look at that, not a single ripple, not a single little stop mark. Beauteous. Make sure you take these nails out of that template before you sit your hand down on one of them or something. That feel real good.
You got new nails.
Yeah, these are gold plated, man. These high-end nails. Some kind of anodizing on them.
Okay, there's the wing. We need to cut the
We need to cut the angles in. That's nothing.
okay.
Just gotta figure out what you want.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have solid wing tip. And do you have a pattern for my tip?
Yeah, I did, but I think I threw it away. It was a piece of paper that ended up getting in the way. Let's see it.
Look at that. That's a fine block.
That's a stab tip.
I hope this came out so I could do it.
Elevator tip.
Nope.
For the,
Damn.
I don't have one.
Okay, well, it don't matter. Eyeball engineering. I have to do it like that. I can't do it like that.
Not thick enough, eh?
Nope.
Oh, well, nature of the beast.
Yep. Okay, we're done with these templates.
Yep.
I guess we're done with these too for today, right?
Done with those for right now. All we need is these 90s nails. Go back to the small bow.
Top left.
I get this foam in a 4x8 sheet. And I have the guy cut it into, I tried to get my cuts out to where they're about 31 inches long or 32 inches long and gives you plenty enough to get a core out of, and then lay it out to where it's sort of the best cut sheet.
Oh, where do you go? Here. Pen, ruler.
Yep, that looks about right.
That's exactly correct. Okay, here's the first one. Now you cut those the same length as this, right? You cut these.
The same as that outside core material, yeah.
That's right then. Get it out of that.
Take the tape off.
Yep.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
I guess I could have, well, I don't know.
You know, you're talking about doing a little bit different kind of tip on these, so.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Right, since I gotta do it the other way. It'll be fine.
It doesn't make any difference, really. Yeah,
Huh?
essentially, we get all these flats from them.
Well, I'm sure you're bored to death. About as exciting as watching paint dry.
Keith, you still on here? You doing any flying still? Yeah, ever since Columbus sort of lost their flying field and stuff, and they sort of dissolved themselves a little somewhat. Nothing but sport flyers. I haven't seen a lot of people, you know, Patrick Rowan, you, seen Bob Campbell a few times. Joe Reinhardt, I see him every which stitch, but he's not competitively flying anymore. Might be in the wrong spot.
Yeah, it'll be under 60 inches, so. The wingspan on this airplane is 58 inches. 11.5-inch cord, 58 inches.
You know, we didn't cut the whole piece at this angle, the whole core at this angle on the other ones. Is that all right with you?
Fine with me. Fine by me. We might have to make another template for coring, huh?
Possibly.
To get it thinner.
Possibly. Or modify. Let me know.
Nope, you're off the template.
Getting down on the table.
Yeah.
Can't cut undersize.
It don't matter anyway.
It's always, you can't cut undersize. Cutting on the outside of your marks.
It's only wood.
Going home.
I hit the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If something comes out different, we have to plan that way.
Sand it to shape or splice on a piece. They're all just little happy mistakes that you make. Get a little bit of Thorazine in the paintbrush and you can do anything. shoot, you cut the angle backwards.
I know.
Been there, done that.
No,
Don't
then
ask me how.
if that happened, it would just ask me, then
Yeah,
different tips.
pretty much.
Well, let's see what it's gonna do here. We gotta do an elevator stabilizer. Didn't we have a template for that though?
Four.
Elevator stabilizer.
Yeah, we got some templates.
See, ready to fly. To be like the combat guys, tape them together and put some clear monocoat on them. Go fly it.
Yeah, ready to go, ready to rock and roll. I think they even put spurs in them anymore. You need to round off the leading edges on those two. You need to, then we need to figure out what stab and elevator. We'll worry about the coring stuff until we get it.
Not very pointy. It's not a big deal. You never did answer your back. You put that line there.
Did he get on? Oh, he might have had something else on. There's some things in there I'll probably never ever use again. A demon. You know what a demon is?
The combat plane, isn't it?
The little flying wing. It's I think it was a race plane. With the little delta wing thing, and wanted me to cut forks for him.
Who was that?
Bob Haywood wanted me to cut forks for him for this thing, and so I made a couple cords, but I had to put a pin in the stabilizer there and take a piece of wire all the way out here because it was such a sharp paper on the wing. I couldn't cut it with a feather cut. I had to literally just a wire in hand and to get that much of a paper cut on it. I probably cut 5 of the dang things before I got a couple good ones.
This thing is straight.
Trailing edge is the same thickness all the way along it too.
What?
The trailing edge is the same all the way along it also.
Yep, it come out perfect.
Yeah. Nice.
Almost like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah, they're really nice.
Took a few to get them.
Half the battle on this stuff is don't rush. Take your time. And you can put a lot of money into this foam, believe you me.
Now, if you remember,
That's not necessarily ones we use.
I made this already, and it was way too thick.
Well, it's going to come out this thickness right here, which is 7/8 of an inch plus sheeting.
Flush sheeting. That one there is that we'll use that one. You got the tip for it?
That I can't tell you.
more designing on the fly. They got a 4-inch stab on it.
Well, it can be whatever you want it to be. Unless you're going to cut it.
With a 4-inch stab and a 4-inch root elevator.
It's got to be less than that because
How much less?
it depends on how you're going to make it.
That one there.
It still depends on how you're going to make it. Are you going to make it with a molded leading edge, or are you going to make it with a blunt leading edge, a flat leading edge, and then glue a piece of wood on the front and sand it to shape?
Whatever is easiest, whatever it's set up for. We're not looking to reinvent the wheel here.
Well, see, well, yeah, we are sort of reinventing the wheel. All I have to do is the pocket handy.
Yeah, this is for pocket image, right?
Well, yeah, you just left the sheeting measure hanging the back
Yeah,
edge of it.
The leaf trailing edge is thick enough for pocket image.
Yeah.
And we should have cut the foam flaps at the same time.
They're small and they're thinner. I didn't know you wanted some flaps too.
Well,
That's normally not you.
No, it's not, but
Foam stabbing elevators isn't you, foam flaps don't do.
I'm just looking for speed.
Throwing me off guard here.
What do you think?
Thanks, Keith. Yeah, they did actually came out pretty nice. Now we're sort of punting on what to do here as far as stab and elevators go and flaps and what we're going to do, how we're going to cut them.
Normally I build all this stuff out of wood, but looking for speed and don't have any good 3/8 or half. Yeah, that stab there came out way too big.
See, this is the,
Let me see that.
yeah, that's a thick stab.
You guys want lunch or you want to have early supper or something like that?
I need a little something. What time is it?
3 o'clock. or
Really,
something like
already?
that.
Wow, now time flies.
I don't know, it might be later than that.
I realize it's that late.
Well, you ate breakfast late, so
2:58, yeah, it's right at 3 o'clock. I guess we'll just, eat supper early.
how early? Do like 5:30 or something?
5:30 or 6 o'clock or something like that would be fine.
There's a wing.
That's a thick one. That's the tip of your shoe right there.
That'll carry some weight.
That's a Russian classic. airplane, Yashinko Classic. It is very, very blunt.
What is this for?
It can be for whatever you want. That's a tip rib.
For?
A nobler sort of style thing. Probably a vector. Not necessarily mark what they're for.
There's a crossfire stab. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not enough. It's SV. You got a stab for SV?
Look at the taper on that. That wingspan was only about that big, and it went from 4 inches to 12 inches in about a foot. Ferocious taper. Crossfire wing, tip, root, flap. SB22. You know, I don't think I ever cut one for an SB because I always build them up. Spar slots. I never kept one for an SB. Whap, 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 whap. Nope, don't got one. All we got to deal with are those things.
No. Yes.
Why? Tell me why. Speak to me why.
That is that. That big thick thing I showed you.
So,
It's too big.
so,
Too thick.
make it right.
They shim up 1/16 of an inch on the bottom.
Well, you can shim the foam up, or you can you can move this down, and that center line can go anywhere on here, and that shortens or lengthens it, and then you just block off the front and backs wherever you want it at.
I mean, that stab turned out pretty nice. It's just massive.
Get that hole out bigger.
Yeah.
Of course, that would make it different than your other airplane. There's my ruler keeps me on too.
What is that one?
This is a crossfire, but it's a stab and an elevator combined. So I was just looking at where 4 inches would come to on this thing.
Then you need 4 inches behind it.
We'll just have to lay one out, cut one out, make some templates. Whatever you want to do. Whether you want them with a blunt leading edge where you add a piece of sheeting on it, or however you want to do it.
This is, well, this is so close. I think if I just took and put this on the sander and took this down 1/16 of an inch, it'd be right.
Yeah, allow for the sheeting that goes on it.
Listen, this thing here is this thick plus sheeting. So if I took 1/16 of an inch off of this all the way, that would be 1/8 of an inch thinner than this.
Yeah. I agree.
So we could do that.
If you're using this thick from the center line, this is how twice this thick, so I know what that is, whether that's 4 inches, that's 2 inches there or what.
Yeah.
This is 2 inches, so it's cut out 1 inch thick.
Because I'm never gonna build this. This is not gonna work.
Well, then just take a 16th off this edge all the way along this edge, and that essentially does the same thing rather than making a new arc. That essentially just drops you down a 16th of an inch when you put it in there.
Okay.
It makes your core 16th inch thinner.
Okay.
As long as you gotta cut it out 4-inch pieces.
Right.
So you have to do both of these.
Mhm.
The same, and all your lines should be the same. That is 4 inches and 4 inches.
Well, it's not, because it would be, it's a 1/2 inch off because we're adding wood in here. You cut that down the center line
Right,
and add wood.
right, that's fine. This will end up being 4 1/4 for your pocket hinges, because your little pockets in there.
Right.
Or you can cut it whatever you want. You can cut it at 3 3/4, put your wood in there, and then when you sheet it, let your sheeting overhang, or however you want to do it. If you want to total over all 4 inches, you cut it about here, just wherever you slice it at.
Now, did you hear him? He said, cut about a 16th of an inch off, or cut a 16th of an inch off. TLAR? That's exactly correct. We're not gonna make a major production out of this. Gonna hold that up there like so.
I better get fix myself a drink and have a cigarette after this one. Wake up high, ain't never gonna see another wreck like this one.
Hey, Billy Bob, hold my beer. Watch this. That was like a 16th to you?
But all I got to say is this, is that what you cut is what you get. There ain't no fixing it.
Does that look like a 16th to you? Pretty darn close.
Close. Leave line.
Pretty darn close.
Fuck you out of the way.
Now I gotta dig out the sander. No, I gotta get at the sander.
Hey, sorry about your luck, man.
Well, I'm gonna mute the microphone here. We're gonna have to run the vacuum and the sander, so hang on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back after that screaming. This engine will have a Super Tiger 60. This airplane will be for the ever elusive, exclusive P60 class.
Very well, dude.
Yeah. You get 2 halves out of that?
I haven't really measured it yet. I'm just trying to figure out what ends what.
Let's see what we got here. You know what? We don't have a width of this thing. This thing, this top left inboard.
We got 17 inches here, so you can have.
I think it's too long. That's 34 inches.
Well, I want it too long, and I want it short.
My stabilizer is going to be 26, 27. Half of 27 is 13 and a half. Now, did everybody see that? This is the critical design. This is the inboard wing. We took the measurement from there to the trailing edge. Make it 28.
Make it 14.
Yeah. So that'll leave me
That's a critical measurement there now.
Yeah.
That's pi around.
No.
Pi or square?
Cornbread. Fire around cornbread is square.
Okay. What's the cord? You want 4 inches, or you want 3.5?
No, 4 inches. So you need 8 inches.
You want 4 inches at the root.
Yeah.
You want what at the tip?
Whatever that template is, it was already laid out. Let's see what yours
That
is.
template is changing.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
No, you gotta cut the whole thing. We cut it all at once.
You're trying to do a molded leading edge.
The last time we did this, we put this on this end and this on the other end and cut it all at once. And then split the,
Okay, if that's how you want to do it, that's fine.
yeah, because that way I can cover it in the shuck in one piece.
I still need this measure. This got to be cut to this dimension on it.
Two and 3/4 at the tip. But as long as we do it that way, it'll come out right.
Exactly right. That's that. What do we got there from this line to this line?
Are we sure this is the right one for that? That's a lot of paper.
I'm not positive about anything, but you got taper in the trailing edge, and you got taper. You got taper in your elevators. You got taper in your leading edge.
Right, but that is not right. What do we got here? We got 4 inches. 3 5/8.
It doesn't matter. I just set this up here like this. This is where you gotta cut the blank at. Gotta cut the blank from there to there on your reef. Now you gotta know what kind of taper you want in it, and then this sits wherever out here, depending on what kind of taper you got. And we cut this 4 inches, and this will be about 4 inches when you get all this wood and everything on it.
And I can't remember how we did it. How that other one was.
The only thing that's going to be center line is this mark right here. See, that's your hinge line.
And out here it should be 2 3/4.
On both.
Yeah,
Stab in the elevator.
yeah.
Well, this is rocket science now, I tell you.
So what do we got there? That was too much taper. That, I don't think that's the same one.
Right, better be looking through the template zone. See if there's one cut out of
Here's the tip template right here. Maybe, I don't know.
now that. Unless the space in here, this just move back and move forward to allow for the wood that goes on your leading and trailing edges.
That might be what happened.
This is different. Completely different.
Yeah.
Those don't go together.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this video up because we haven't got our act together. We'll come back with another progress video. Thanks for watching. Sure, like, subscribe, share. Jack Snatley said something. Let's see here. Hey, Sparky, what foam density is 3/4 pound foam? The only foam cores are made the mold ribs. Foam sheeted by balsa. Yes, it'll be sheeted with balsa.
We use about 2.5 pound or 3 pound foam for lost foam jigs, and use 1 pound or less foam for kept foam wings or sheeted foam wings, or anytime you just go to core them and leave the foam in it. Try to use as light as you can. One is about average that you get. Every now and then you could find 3/4 pound, but sometimes that's sort of iffy. This still happens to be 3/4 pound foam, but sort of hard to find sometimes.
I think we better make a new rib set.
That's what I said.
This might be-
That's why I got this piece of paper out for you. You
Yeah.
throw something up. We still streaming?
All right, guys. Let's see. Where's the mouse? There it is. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next update video. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.
Bye.